Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go.
It's sorry, no, I need to get some company on that. What day is it? It's Friday! Morning, Jack. How you doing, sir? I see you. Maximum respects. He's shutting down his systems now. You know how it is? And you can catch him also tomorrow morning right here in the studios with outstretched arms. When he plays the big songs and the listeners give him a vibe, he says, "A fire!" You took me to hear you. That's Jack Scorpion for you, man. Trust me, big respects every time. Romy has been giving me some instructions. He keeps telling me to move over to my right. Now, I'm accustomed to radio where it's just a microphone and some gadgets in front of you, but now it's you're seeing us on the radio. So, Romy, I have to ask, am I over to your left enough, or should I still drift over a little bit more? Because I think he wants to make sure that the people who are watching us at www.thebridge99fm.com are getting the best view possible. So he says we're good to go. Morning, DJ Audley. I don't understand it. I decided that for the first time since I've been here, since I was given a couple of the branded shirts, I just decided that, hey, I'm going to rep my brand today, which is Bridge 99 FM. And believe it or not, I step into the studio, and what are you doing? You're repping your brand as well.
As well?
Have you ever worn the Bridge 99 FM shirt before?
Never.
Into the studio?
No.
So what's up with that, boss?
Boy,
you spoke to my wife? I don't get it. Let's get our proverb of the day.
Bucket go well every day. One day the bottom must drop out.
You hear that?
Bucket go well every day. One day the bottom must drop out.
Uh-huh. You agree? Yeah. We've been hearing that since we came on the face of this earth. Bucket go well every day. By the way, that is spelled E-B-R-Y-D-A-Y, if you get me. So, bucket go well every day. One day the bottom must drop out. Mm-hmm. Or Spice would say, mm-hmm. Or maybe coffee, I don't know, one of them. So, here's the translation for that proverb. The bucket goes to the well every day. One day the bottom will fall out. You're wondering what does that really mean, or you want to get an explanation? I have it for you. Every imprudent action will eventually come back to get you in trouble. That is what that proverb really means. Let me repeat. Bucket go well every day. One day the bottom must drop out. It means every imprudent action will eventually come back to get you in trouble. Bear that in mind. Don't take those actions that will come back to haunt you, all right? We promised you that someone with a very, very famous surname, known the world over, will be our guest at this time. And the surname is Herah. And guess what? We're going to be speaking with someone who owns that surname. Well, triple Olympic champion Elaine Thompson Herah. You know something? Let me start that again. Triple Olympic champion Elaine Thompson Herah announced the birth of the Fast Elaine Foundation on Sunday. And that foundation will be focusing on helping vulnerable children from mainly underserved communities and some students from the Christiana High, Manchester High Schools, these educational institutions that Elaine Thompson Herah attended during her childhood. We're joined this morning by Mr. Derron Herah. Good morning, Derron.
Morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning and welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Not too bad at all. I was wondering if you were out there giving instructions to Elaine while she exercises and whether or not we might have missed you. But we're happy to have you this morning, Derron.
Exactly what I was doing. That's exactly what I was doing.
How is Elaine, by the way?
She's good.
Yeah.
She's good. She's just trying to focus in on her training now.
Yes.
Because getting ready for the 2022 season. So everything is a clean slate. So
yes. And from your perspective, you're her husband, but you're also her coach. Would you say that her training is coming along well, Derron?
yeah, definitely. I mean, you probably could go there and coach Elaine. She is that type of athlete. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wonderful to hear that. Please give her our best regards and her our congratulations on all that she has achieved so far. And we know that bigger and better is yet to come. Right, sir?
Definitely.
All right. I have to ask you before I get into the meat of the matter, though. Now that she has been given that honorary doctorate by UTEC, do you call her around the house and you say, hey, Doc, come here? You call her Doc at home?
I'll be taking her like Doc.
All right. Derron, the foundation has now been launched, and you have some projects that are coming up. First of all, tell us what inspired this foundation that Elaine has come forward with, the Fast Elaine Foundation.
Well, unofficially, she's normally, I am always involved in charity events for different Christmas treats, back to school treats, and such. She has a bunch of females, young girls that she mentors, not officially as an official charity, but she does that. And it has become a passion for her, especially now in this onset of this COVID-19 pandemic. Young girls, as well as young boys, are very vulnerable now, especially those that are unable to access devices to get onto their school platforms, their classes and stuff. They'll find less productive things to do with their time. A lot of girls are getting pregnant, a lot of teenage pregnancy. A lot of these stuff are not being reported. There's no real statistics on these, but these are things that are happening in a lot of different communities, and the boys as well are getting involved in gangs and stuff like that. So initially she wanted to work with girls, but after really thinking about it and requests from different people, and then some boys came forward for help and stuff, we decided to add the boys in as well.
Okay. All right, so that is the genesis of it. So it recently came into being, and already, shall we say, you've hit the ground running. Yeah, because you do have some upcoming projects, right?
Definitely. Like we started, we haven't done an official launch. She basically put it out there because she wanted to do something for Christmas in her community. Yes. Initially, we wanted to do like a Christmas treat for the kids, kind of up their spirit and stuff, but based on the COVID restrictions, we were advised to just do like handout care packages. So we'll be setting up like booths, tents. We use tents to set up booths to hand out care packages, just to try to avoid the cluster and to make sure that we are following all the protocols, social distancing and stuff like that.
Because you do expect a fairly large turnout, I'm sure. Do you when is it going to be, and exactly where, if you want to put that information out there?
Definitely, it's going to be in Banana Ground, that's in Manchester, where she grew up, in the town center, or the little center there. It will be tomorrow, Saturday. Okay. We're trying to go from 1 to 4, trying to get it completed before it gets dark.
Okay, so just about 4 or so hours that you want to be out there doing this. But for persons out there listening, how can they get involved really? And how are you going to make sure that those that you're targeting are the ones that benefit, so to speak, from this treat? Well,
in these rural communities, a lot of times, a lot of these families are in need regardless. Majority of them are. So this is as the main as a first initiative from the foundation. She just wanted to do that for our community. So, yeah, we've tried to advertise it in the community.
Okay.
Send out information that we are going to be doing the treat and stuff. So I think that people that are in need would come out.
All right. Well, it's going to be this Saturday, the 18th of December, and you said it's in Banana Ground, right?
Correct.
And that's courtesy of the Fast Elaine Foundation. I'm speaking with Elaine Thompson Herah's husband, Derron Herah. Derron, many of my listeners might not even be aware that you yourself spent some years on the track, didn't you?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I've been doing it for a long time. I remember my first national team when I was like, 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I went to San Diego, went off to college. In Texas, in the Texas Tech University. But yeah, I decided to check the academic part of it, so I didn't go on to the senior level as Elaine is doing now. So, it's different parts, but at the same time, track and field, our sport in general, helps to propel. Because, growing up in Jamaica, it's difficult to access tertiary education, college education, just by being funded by our parents or something. Not everybody is privy to that kind of help or resource. So, yeah.
Yeah. And here you are now coaching the fastest woman in the world, who also is your wife. I have to ask you in closing, is the world record in sight, in view, or in mind?
At this point, it has to be based on what she was able to do last season. It wasn't a perfect season health-wise, so right now our main concern is to try to remain in training without any breaks. Her health, and trying to lessen the pain as much as possible that she feels when she runs. Because some of that is unavoidable based on the force that she put out, and with her small frame, that is causes a lot of problem. But it's a kind of an occupational hazard, if you may.
Okay.
So our main focus is to try to stay healthy. Once she's healthy, then anything is possible.
Yeah. What I like, when I see her speak or hear her speak these days, I get that a very confident Elaine coming through, and one who seems very, very focused. And commendations to you and herself and all the other members of your team. We are 150% behind you, and we wish you well as a family and as athletes and coaches and so on. Thank you, Derron, and good luck going forward, all right?
Thank you very much for having me, sir.
And please say good morning to the Queen, all right?
Definitely.
Every time. That's Derron Herah, ladies and gentlemen, of the Fast Elaine Foundation. Elaine Thompson Herah's husband and coach as our first guest this morning. It's 14 minutes now past the hour of 8 o'clock. Good morning to Red and Jay. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning. As my good friend DJ Roy would say, how you all doing up there in the T-dot, as we like to say?
We're getting through it. All the Christmas rush.
Yes, it's a good day and there's no snow, so we're happy. No.
Yep.
So we're happy. Till tomorrow, that is.
Oh, yeah? It's going to change tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah. So yesterday was a high of 17 degrees Celsius, and tomorrow is a low of minus something.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
With snow.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't even want the beam ya boom boom snow. We don't want that snow either. Like, we want no snow.
None.
Lord. You guys didn't pray hard enough. I thought you'd at least have say 2 or 3 days, maybe the full weekend without snow, but by tomorrow it changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. But how you doing over there?
We're doing good. We're having brilliant sunshine. Not much in terms of bad weather at all. And for that, we're very, very grateful and thankful.
Lucky you.
We're looking forward to a great weekend. I'm sure you are too.
Yes, we'll definitely talk about what's good. And for those that are just tuning in, we're bridging over to Jamaica. Toronto, Jamaica. We're just loving this connection, and we've got a lot of topics for our listeners. So, of course, you can hit us up toll free at 1-855-870-4987, and if you're in Toronto, 416-860-0987 for all your shout-outs, your requests, and all your love. And on your side, Richie?
Of course, they can always send us a WhatsApp message at 876-551-5782. And we'd love to hear from you, so you can send your shout-outs to your peeps in and around the Greater Toronto area, courtesy of our friends at G98.7. And, of course, the Great Music Morning Show. I like the name of your show, by the way. Did I ever tell you that?
Thank you.
No,
I
you
came up
haven't,
with
but
it.
we like it.
I love it.
We came up with it all by ourselves, right, Jay?
All by ourselves. She took one letter, I took the other letter. We just made it work.
We actually have to shout out our general manager, Gary Gunter, for putting everything together, and we're loving it too. This is all new. It's a new ride for us, so welcome aboard.
Most definitely. I
So
love
yes,
it too.
we're looking forward to seeing that video and the movie. What did you guys think about the movie?
Full of action.
Right.
Yes.
And
All I have to say, and not a spoiler alert. You
No
can't
spoilers.
spoil it
Yeah,
because
please.
she'll get mad, Richie.
Yeah.
But just make sure everyone sees that train scene. The train scene is the best scene.
Oh yeah. There are
It's
many
not a
scenes.
spoiler alert.
You always do this to
It's
me.
the train scene.
No,
just go watch it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
I was very.
I told you. You see how she loses it?
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler.
Because
alert.
he'll tell me that, and he'll be like, "Oh, check out the ending,
not
this,
the
that."
ending,
Yeah,
it's
you got to
the
drop
train.
spoiler alert. But I appreciate that you did that this
I
time.
did. Thank you.
That was good. Richie's like, y'all got some marital issues.
My work wife gets angry.
Not
Right?
to spoil it though, but it was really, really warm to see and to hear
Right.
the Jamaican sounds coming through, the Dennis Brown, the Barrington
Yes.
Levy, and the
Yes.
coffee and all of that. Really, really good look, especially for us as Jamaicans. You know what I mean? And I suggest that if you like action movie, you might want to be checking that out. The
I
Holiday
will.
Fall.
My mom's been bugging me to watch it. Like I
Yeah,
said,
man.
there's so many Christmas shows, and right now I'm all into that girly kind of, Christmas, like chick flick kind of thing. And especially Sex in the City. So the new one came out, and it's so not memorable that I can't remember its name. It's called And Just Like That. That's what it's called. I was watching a bit of it. So, I'm not going to give a spoiler, but Samantha's not in it. So, there's no sex. It's just the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So far.
forget that.
Yeah. That's right. We're back, and we are bridging over to Jamaica. Bridge 99, big shout-outs to Richie B. We do this every Tuesday and Friday, and so far, so good. Richie, are you there?
I am here, and you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at the video for coffee that just came out. Can I tell you guys that already they have somewhere in the region of just under 1,000 people watching it, and
Wow.
it is an off-the-chain production. This is something that is going to take coffee to much higher heights. You might want to catch it right now on YouTube yourselves.
Or maybe you could forward the thing.
Yeah, forward it to me, please.
right.
WhatsApp it to me.
No, all right, I'll do just that, as a matter of fact. I'll
Right,
do
we
just
wanna
that.
check it out.
Yeah, sure.
We're
All right,
loving
so-
this bridge. Yeah.
Are we doing the hot tea now, or?
We are. So we're all talking about travel because it's that time of year, right?
Yeah.
And
Travel advisor, by the way, coming out of
Right.
Toronto. Yeah.
So what are you hearing on your side? Because you were the one who hit me up about this, and you were like, "What is going on, Red?"
We are concerned because I think your government in Canada has put out an advisory, and they're basically saying avoid non-essential travel if you're Canadian at this time, primarily due to the risk of the Omicron variant. But we depend on tourism so much and the arrival of tourists, so that whenever we hear those kinds of advisors, we get concerned. And,
As you should.
Yeah, and so
Well, I've just spoken to Judy Nash at the Tourist Board of
Yeah.
Jamaica here, and she's given me the details of what we have to do. So currently, and I'm booked to do a performance out there in January. So I want to make sure if I can get out there, what I have to do. So everybody has to get a test here, be it PCR antigen test, to go down to Jamaica, fill out the visitjamaica.com application. And once they go down there, they can go. When you're coming back, you need to be tested with a PCR test for 72 hours prior to coming home. So anyone traveling down there, you come home, you have to have the PCR test. And once you touch down In Canada, you have to have a test. Everyone has a mandatory test to get back, and you have to stay in your house for 3 days until you get the results of that test. So those are the rules. A lot of testing going on. Testing. So Canadians coming to Jamaica have to take 4 tests. Is that what it is? One going when you, and then, when you 3 tests. When you come back, and then when you come back home, yes, 3 tests.
We're also seeing where a number of Canadians are actually in Jamaica having, a few of them have actually tested positive for COVID-19, and they're having some difficulties. I think they were interviewed.
Come back home.
Yeah, they're having some issues getting back out of Jamaica at this time. And, it's very, very frustrating to be traveling at this time, to be honest with you.
It is. And people are reconsidering their trips. I'm reconsidering mine in January. So I want to make sure that people know that they're educated. Make sure you get travel insurance. Because if you are stranded there, you want to make sure that you have your health and all your issues, concerns taken care of.
I'm curious if even travel insurance works. I know that at the beginning of the pandemic, they said no. And once the government has basically given you that warning, they're basically saying do not travel unless it's essential. Now, what is essential to each one? Maybe you got a boo in Jamaica. You know how that go. For some of us, that is essential, okay? I need to see my man. It may be to see your grandma, your aunt, or maybe you just need to get away. But they're advising Canadians not to travel at this time. Not just a Jamaica, and it's not just a Jamaica thing. It's everywhere. So it's really hard because last time they advised us not to travel, that's when they closed the borders, right? And a lot of people got stuck. I had family in Barbados. I mean, hey, getting stuck in the Caribbean is not a bad stuck. You know what I mean?
For some, if you have no money, then it's real.
Right.
The money has to run. Right?
Yo, what is up?
Trust
Jamaica
me.
eats your money,
Oh,
right?
man. When I get to Jamaica,
Right?
when the cash runs out, you stop getting what's it called? Whoever's doing the money grab transfers. Yeah, it's not fun.
Even with a guy paying, your money runs out. I don't even know how that happens.
You're fortunate. You see how fortunate she is,
Right?
Richie?
Even
She
a
has a guy paying.
Even a guy giving you money in Jamaica, your money runs out. Like, how does that happen?
An extended stay is always welcome, but if you don't have money, you do have a problem. You do have a problem. They say Jamaican music is going through some changes, and a lot of the young artists are actually doing a lot of trap music, they call it. But something else is happening that I'm noticing.
Richie, you gotta understand something. She's loved him off forever, and now she just found his picture today.
Wow.
So it's done and over with.
Hold
It lock
up.
off. It lock off.
Hold up.
She has it
Wait
on the
a
screen.
minute.
She has it on the screen.
She's
Hold
never
up.
seen him.
Hold up. All right. Wait a minute. Me never know.
Oh
This
my
man
God.
is handsome. I just loved his music. I'm too busy with life. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got like. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm too busy with life, Richie. We got shows to do. We got work to do. So I've never even seen his picture. And now I'm looking at these green hazel eyes, good looking Jamaican. What? Capricorn 35?
Wow, she's really doing a gut check. Do you know how many women want this man? Do you
I
know?
didn't know this is
You're
why
gonna
everybody
shoot your
loves
shot?
him.
You're gonna shoot your shot?
No, well, no,
Her day's
honestly.
made. Your day is made, right?
This man is gorgeous. And it was so funny because I was in the Caribbean and one of my friends, she's not into guys, a family friend. No,
Okay.
honestly. So she was like talking ducks to death. So it's not just about his good looks. She don't want him like that. But, jeez, this man is everything. This man should be Mr. Jamaica. Wait a minute. Let me call Air Canada.
I feel like saying, go red, go red.
Like
go,
you don't
go,
understand.
go red.
When he sang Me Not Care, so did
Wow.
Red typed Me Not Care.
Oh, because
But-
they told me he was married. And then I was just joking, kind of, sort of. But you know what? Perrion was like, how do you know he's married, P? Our
Don't worry,
producer.
I got my links.
Really? Is it public knowledge?
Jody, can I share?
Uh-oh.
It's Jody who actually told me.
Oh, I was going to say, is it Jody's husband? My bad. Is
No.
it Jody's
Maybe it's
husband?
Jody's husband, I don't know.
No.
No, it's not Jody's husband.
He's too fine and he's talented. Wow. You know what? I didn't even know he looked like that. He's like a double threat.
You see what you did? You see what you did, Richie B? You brought back this. You see what you did? It's all on you.
And I
man.
like that track you
boy.
just played. I need a cassette. I need a CD. I need something.
I
This
take
is
both.
great.
I take both the credit and the blame in this instance.
There you go. There you go.
Look at how time flies when we're having fun. My goodness. goodness, it's already over, and we have got to thank you once again for this wonderful segment, The Canadian Connection. It happens every Tuesday and Friday, 8:45 until 9:15. What we're going to do, social media handles before we go?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Okay, so of course you can hit us up at G987 FM on IG, on Facebook, and my Instagram at Red in Da City, DA City. And Jay?
And mine is J Martin Comic, and since we've been doing this, I've been getting a lot of people linking me from Jamaica, so thank you.
Yes.
All right, from this end, it's www.thebridge99fm.com, and of course, Richie B _up&go. Before Red asks me, I feel like jerk chicken this evening.
That a boy! That a boy! We were just going to ask you.
Yes.
Yes.
I am so hungry, and I was about to say, this music just sweet me. I feel like something yummy. So jerk chicken, who's making this, by the way?
Pan.
Commercially.
Okay.
Yes. All right, have a good weekend, guys. Great being with you, as usual. Take care, all right?
You too.
See you next
week. That was
week.
Richie B. In-
Maximum respect. Morning, Anthony.
Yo! Hey, let me tell you something. Two things I don't like what you're saying now.
What is it?
Let the pussy out of the bag. And the birthday boy. You have to let the lion out. I'm a big man now, about 47 or so.
We need to correct the argument, right?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning and happy Earth Strong, my brethren. How you doing?
Why I'm doing, oh man, I feel like 17, you know?
Yeah. That is if you subtract 30 from the correct age. It's your birthday, and we wanted to surprise you on this day, Anthony Cruz. What is it looking like? I know you always send out your messages, dub plate session in train. You can get your discounts. Hit me up right now on your phone lines. Blow up. You doing any of that today?
Well, you have to keep the money flowing, because you learn from the people who, the Chinese and the white folks. Sometimes you have to get like a discount here, and the fans, the someone man feel nice and things. So we're not that to this.
No, I want to correct that argument. It's not sometimes, because it looks like when it comes to you and dub plates, every day is a discount day.
but you know what, Richie? Let me tell you something. The sound man them say out of every entertainer is when it comes to Anthony Cruz and Louisiana, me cut every day. I cut at least 10, 15 dub a day. And it's a blessing because, it goes back to the songs, them like Turn It Up and, No Gonna Dance. Them songs, them in our class, those songs are songs where we find like every sound man wants. So it's a blessing when you can have songs who can bring your money in times like these.
Yeah, when you can't get out there and earn the money from the stage shows and so on.
Yes,
I sometimes marvel though that there's so much demand, because I hear of artists who will come into Kingston, for instance, on a Thursday or a Friday and will do 50, 60 dubs, and I'm saying, but is that why is there this demand constantly for dub plate specials from your perspective?
Well, from my perspective, since the whole social media and people can really get to you, and you have PayPal and Cash App and Zelle, where even if a man there working, you can just click one click and you get a money in your thing. You understand? It makes it easier, So it's a blessing when you can do dub every day, because not every entertainer has songs where man want every day. And I tell you that.
Yeah.
Some might have a one hit or a two hit, but I got a catalog.
Yeah, and that it brings us to the point why it's important to make good music, which will last for decades and centuries, really.
And this pandemic show me which song big, which song people love, which one the song man them love. I mean, I tell you, it goes as far back to as far as that song that I first venture out with. For your love. It surprised me how many people cut that song per day, where I look for it for years and years and years. Some people never know I'm missing them tune. So it's a blessing, and I'm just enjoying it,
Yeah, definitely. Anthony Cruz, your journey in the music business has some highs, and it also has some lows. We know of some lows where you lost your daughter some years ago and so on. But all in all, would you say it has been a good journey for you?
Well, I'll just say it's up and down, and speaking of that, my last, that case is coming up in March, and boy, I just try to brace myself if I just relive that all over again. It's coming up in March 2022.
Okay.
And
we pray for you.
As I must say, it's just everybody has their ups and downs and obstacles and them experience in their life, and me just go and hang on,
Yeah.
Go and hang on and just thank God for the music where we can vent, So I just put my energy into music and just give thanks and go through.
Yeah, man.
You don't know. Yeah.
Way to go. You have hit, shall we say, the jackpot recently with a number of covers, even while you're putting out original material. What are some of the covers that you have put out recently that you want to remind us about?
Okay, well, you have Heartbreak Anniversary and Leave the Door Open.
Yeah.
And Jamaican love when you cover a good cover. So those two songs, we shot the two videos for those, and they're just flying away like kites. And it's a way to grab the people, because original sometimes takes a while to bust. But when you knock a cover, let me give you a secret, church. When you just knock a cover with them love, it just bring you right back to the spotlight. Yeah. So that's one of the formula.
What can we look forward to from Anthony Cruz for 2022?
Well, I have I've done 4 albums. I've done one for King Jammies. I've done 2 for Tads International, and I also did one for myself with an all cover album and one for Pickens up in the UK. So this quarantine has me just locked down and just do some good quality music and shoot some video. I have a whole lot of videos on YouTube and all over the place.
Yeah.
So we're just wait for the place to open back so we can just touch back the stage and nice up the place again.
And do what you do best, bro. That is what it's all about. Where can people actually follow you on social media, Anthony Cruz?
Very easy. Anthony Cruz Reggae. That's it. Anthony Cruz Reggae. That goes for Instagram, Facebook, and you don't know. Let me just take this time to big up everybody over there. Because Richie B, it's a long time, from Fifth Element, before even Fifth Element.
Yes, sir.
So give thanks and big up the whole Bridge family, the whole of New York City. That's my family again. DJ, right, Dub Master, them, and it just goes right across.
Yeah, man.
Enough love and
enough respects. Enjoy the day, bro, and all the best going forward. Enough love, Anthony Cruz. Take care of yourself.
All right?
All right, enjoy the day.
All right, big up yourself, Richie.
Every time, son. That's Anthony Cruz. Let's go to the telephone lines right now and see if we can find a winner. Good morning, you're on the air. Hello.
Good morning, Richie.
Good morning, this is Angela.
Yes, Richie.
Angela, you want another gift today?
Yes, Richie.
Oh, really?
Because I've been hearing you talking about that basket.
So is there any rule that one person who won before can win again? Is that okay? People are saying, I guess. I don't want to be the one to say you're banned. I prefer to talk about this band of masqueraders that we're trying to get an answer for. And if you can tell me, Angela, what is the name of the Jamaican traditional Christmas band of masqueraders? What do you call that band of masqueraders? What's your answer?
They are the John Canoe.
You say what?
John Canoe.
You say John Canoe? Oh, really? Is there another call? Yeah? Let me take another call and see what they think. Hold on, Angela. Even if it means that we have to give away an additional prize, I'll make sure I take care of that if somebody else comes on. Good morning. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am blessed. Thank you. And yourself?
I am doing well. Nice to hear you sounding so bright and chirpy and alive and kicking. What's your name?
My name is Avinel.
Avinel?
Avinel, yes.
Avinel.
Yes.
That's a very cute name. You have been told that many times, I'm sure.
I have.
Where are you calling from, Avinel?
I'm calling from Jamaica, of course, in Clarendon.
You're in Clarendon. All right.
Yes.
Man, Clarendon has some wonderful people, and this is one of them that we're talking to right now. If you can answer this question correctly, I have a gift for you. It's a gift today, and it's courtesy of Simply Water. Better package, better feeling. Here's the question. What is the name of the Jamaican traditional Christmas band of masqueraders? What's your answer?
I think they're called Jankanus.
Oh, that's what you think, just like Angela. Guess what? You are 100% correct. Congratulations!
Right, yay!
Avenel, you are a winner!
Awesome!
Congratulations. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Hold on, we'll talk about your prize off the air. Take care. You hear? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too, Avenel. We're standing by to join Killaboo, who is in the NYC, and will be joining us live so we can be heard across the tri-state area. And I think I saw him on the screen a while ago. In a second now, yeah, that's him. Working that microphone and the turntables and everything at the same time. I saw him, I'm sure that I just saw him say something about Bridge 99 while I'm saying Irie Jam Radio. If he was looking, he would have seen it. Morning.
What's going on, my brother?
How you doing, Killaboo?
I'm doing great. How's everything with you?
Everything is all right, bro. It's a busy morning here in capital city Kingston and on the bridge in particular. We did our first international connection earlier with our friends at G98.7, Toronto, Canada, and now we are here with our big sister up in the NYC, Irie Jam Radio. We say good morning, of course, from Jamaica as we send some warmth and some sunshine to the tri-state area. What is it looking like right there right now, weather-wise?
Well, weather-wise, we are in the 50s. It's been extremely warm this whole entire week, but they're saying for the weekend we're going to get back to some cold weather. So thanks for sending the warm weather, brother. We need as much of it as we can get.
Yes, I am. And I hope it lasts right throughout the weekend, the warm weather.
Yes, I'm hoping so. But they're saying, you know, our friends at the weather offices are saying that it's going to get a little bit cold over the weekend. So, you know, it's been a warm December so far. So we give thanks for that.
Yeah,
and for the simple fact that, you know, yesterday the mayor announced that New Year's Eve in Times Square might be canceled again this year because of the spike in the Omicron cases that's taking place in New York City right now. So we're just going to enjoy the warm weather and hopefully that Times Square is not canceled. As you know, that's one of the big events in New York City. For, throughout the whole entire year, the dropping of the ball.
Oh, yeah, we've watched that almost every year for the past several years. A number of cancellations going on. President Biden had some cancellations too. It looks like his Build Back Better plan is not going to be coming to fruition until next year, and that's a setback for him. And in fact, it seems even within the Democratic Party itself that there were some who are still a little hesitant in terms of going forward with it. So stuff going on there on the political horizon as well. I noticed, I don't know if you noticed also, Coffee, we're monitoring her latest video. We got the message from her peeps yesterday that they'd be dropping the video at 9 o'clock this morning for The Harder They Fall. We have spoken many times about the movie, and it dropped at exactly 9 o'clock this morning, Killaboo.
Nice,
and now we are just a little over an hour later, and already it's at 13,000 views in just about an hour. DJ Audley and myself are predicting at the rate she's going, by the end of the day, she might be close to 1 million views for that fantastic video, which I think is going to send her into a whole nother stratosphere in terms of recognition and acceptance around the world for The Harder They Fall. Big look. Good look.
True indeed, a very, very good look, and like you said, it opens her up to a whole bunch of other audiences, the movie. So you know, a lot of people will be looking out for the video, the visuals.
Yes, sir.
For the video. Yeah.
You guys do a lot of poinsettia and stuff like that in New York. People have poinsettia, those plants that change to red. The leaves get red at Christmas time.
Yes,
it's very popular here.
Well, I'm not sure to tell you the honest truth, Richie. I'm not sure.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I'm not sure. And with this weather, I don't know what grows in this weather, man.
I was trying to get the cost for poinsettia because they do fetch a very high price. Generally, Jamaicans like to buy their poinsettia a little early if they're smart, because if they wait until right into the season when those leaves are turning red, the price redder. So there is a place that off Shortwood Road where we drive sometimes. I popped in this morning, but it was too early. They weren't open as yet. but I want to do some research to see what the price of poinsettias are going to be like, because they do fetch a high price at this time of the year. You know what I mean? By the way, we have a guest in this segment, and I don't know how much you've followed her career. Maybe, I don't know if it's as deeply as I have, but we have watched her climb, and we have watched her popularity soar, not just in Jamaica, but around the world. These days, she's now into a lot of charity, and we're happy to have her join us. Dancehall Queen Carlene. Good morning, Carlene.
Good morning, Richie.
Season's greetings. How you doing?
I am great to you too and the rest of the listeners.
And of course, we have Killaboo in New York, making us heard all across the tri-state area. You want to say hi to Killaboo as well?
Good morning, Killaboo.
Good morning, Carlene. How are you?
I am good.
Carlene, you're big on giving back these days, and I understand that you noticed the plight of Deejay Tiger, and you have decided through yourself and Whirlwind Entertainment's Michael Dawson to do a benefit to aid him in gaining and raising some funds. Am I correct with that?
Yes, you're totally correct, Richie. Totally.
So what's the plan?
As you know, Tiger was a part of my family because he dated Pinky. Yeah.
I know.
So I've been there with him, knowing the ups and downs, because ever since the accident, he's just never been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So he had a stroke a couple months ago, and that's when I realized how serious, he needs help. So the target market is 8,000 US,
mm-hmm.
and Bounty Killer already donated 400,000
yes.
Jamaican dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Big him up.
Big up Bounty and all others who have contributed so far. Yeah,
and Anthony Malvo.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we have everybody else coming on, trying to see how best we can assist him. So we'll have a breakfast, meet and greet him, take your food and go, because we're keeping with the protocol
mm-hmm.
of COVID. So it's December 26th at the Mecca nightclub. That's in Marketplace on Constant Spring Road.
What's the name of the nightclub?
Mecca, MECA.
Okay. And it's December 26th. It's a breakfast meet and greet. What time do you actually get started on that day, December 26th?
On the I think at 10 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
At 10 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Now, how can persons participate, even those overseas listening to us via Ira Jam Radio right now?
All right, so they can go to Dancehall Queen Carlene Instagram page and Mecca. It's TheMecaJa on Instagram.
Okay.
Carlene, will this be a live thing on Instagram?
We're gonna be covering some of the events for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're planning on doing, what we will be doing, is there's people who have bought tickets that won't be there. So we're going to be donating those food to the needy and homeless downtown on the 26th.
Oh, so persons who maybe just want to contribute, they will do so, but they're not necessarily interested in getting the food or the meal that's provided.
Right, because they can't be there.
Right. That sounds good. And then, of course, even persons overseas can maybe support the event and at the same time have their family or friends here pick up the food as well.
Yes, so I'll tell you, Nikki Ouch, I want to big her up. She bought the first ticket from me.
Oh, fantastic.
And she's donating it. Jenny has bought a ticket and she's going to be in the country.
Mm-hmm.
She's donating her food to the charity program downtown.
Mm-hmm. Sounds really good. What's the cost for the tickets, by the way?
It's $6,000 or $50 US.
Okay. $6,000. And what will they get? No doubt. You're going to have your puddings there, by the way?
Yes, there will be some puddings there. Yes.
Yes. Hey, Killaboo, she makes some really, really wonderful puddings. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I knew she had a regular feature here on Ira Jam Radio, so she's a family right here.
Okay, all right.
Yes, I worked on Irish Jam Radio in the early 90s.
Yes.
Mhm.
Can you say what else outside of maybe a slice of your pudding, world famous
They're
pudding that
going
they'll
to
be
have
getting?
ackee and saltfish, which is Tiger's favorite. Stewed chicken, liver, fried dumplings, fried plantains, porridge, coffee, tea. Yeah.
All of that
good.
for 6,000 Jamaican dollars?
Either or either. You choose the dish you want.
Oh, I see. All right. This is a fundraising benefit for Tiger that Carlene and Michael Dawson and their affiliates are putting on December 26th. And she gave you the details as to how you can actually support this venture. I saw a video of Tiger, and he was actually doing some exercises, and he seems to be making some progress, but obviously still has a way to go. What can you tell us about his progress this morning?
Yes. Trust me, he's been making a lot of progress. He's working with the team of specialists, and they're doing wonders. His speech is way better than when he just crashed. Or for years, he had a speech impairment where, sounds and words just never came out right. He's sounding much better to me now than he did then.
Yeah. Let me just tell you that the last time that Tiger performed on Reggae Sumfest, I personally called Johnny Gorzong and I said, Johnny, Tiger, I'd love for you to involve him in Sumfest that particular year. And we made it happen. And he's a DJ that we have a lot of respect for. And I'm happy, Carlene, that something like this is being done. We are also going to support you, and you'll hear from me off the air as we plan to support the effort as well. All right?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask you, though, to broaden the discussion a little bit, do you think that there should be some fund or organization or something set up where, veteran musicians can have assistance as it becomes necessary as they go up in age and stuff happens?
Most definitely. Even without age, because remember, Tiger is not yet 60. At least to fall back on when let's say for the pandemic, a lot of us, you don't leave the island. There was no showkeeping. There was just nothing happening.
Right.
But there's food and bills and everything. Back in the 90s when I was active, we had that federation, Jamaica Music Federation, I think headed by Desi Young.
Yeah.
We paid a fee, and there was I think something. I didn't ever get nothing from it because I think it crashed or just stopped. I don't know. And I'm saying, I can't say the government, but the fraternity should come together and see what can be put in place to give back when there is a downtime.
Yeah. True. I agree with that.
You pay a pension to when you have a 9-to-5 or certain jobs. We should have a pension for the music industry or the entertainment industry.
Yeah. That is a valuable suggestion. Carlene, we commend you. I want to ask you one question before you go. When I booked you for an event that I was promoting in Barron's Plaza some years ago in the 90s, and you were the star of that show, although there were a number of DJs and singers on it, and when you stepped out on that stage with what looked like a bathing suit under a mesh-looking outfit, outer garb, do you still keep those as treasured memories of yesteryears?
I was, but unfortunately something happened, and I no longer have most of those things.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. But that was a night, and you made me make some money. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
All right, Carlene, take care, and good luck with this project. You'll hear from me, all right?
Take care, Carlene.
Thank you very much. Again, go to Dancehall Queen Instagram page, Dancehall Queen Carlene Instagram page, and the Mecca JA Instagram page.
Thank you, Carlene. Take care, and best wishes to Tiger. Wap, wap, wap. Killer, time has run out on us.
It has.
So quickly.
Yeah, time definitely flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, man.
Gotta send a big shout out. One of the things that's been buzzing all week is the fact that a lot of people got a chance to hear Burning Spear live on the radio with yourself and DJ Roy this past Wednesday.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's been one of the topics in a lot of circles that I've gone to since Wednesday morning, you know, the barbershops and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, you know, big respect to yourself and to DJ Roy for bringing such a wonderful interview to the airwaves.
Yeah, that was a highlight, and we really, really enjoyed it. Yesterday when Queen Elise came in and we were talking before she came on air, she was saying, boy, you know, I mean, it was so good. And she says, and he sounded so happy, which is...
I didn't expect him to be singing on the air during the interview, and that was something that really, you know,
and he just went off singing even without or asking. He really was very comfortable talking with us, and want to salute the big man once again, and really a living legend and an icon, and has made such a, and he's doing a lot, in fact, he's doing much more than was mentioned in the interview segment when Zazan came on. He's doing a whole lot more than we actually mentioned, but we don't have to go into it. He's doing a lot in terms of contributing to the welfare of some less fortunate Jamaicans, and especially at the end of the year, close to Christmas, he's doing some big things here. Thanks again, Killaboo. Have a great weekend, bro, and we look forward to next week when more will happen during this global connection. Take care.
Take care, my brother. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Richie B, the party master, on Up and Go, The Bridge, 99 FM.